There have been numerous ejections in the NBA. It's been, quite frankly, ridiculous. 5 ejections in the past 2 weeks from LeBron James. He got his first ejection in his entire career. Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, Carmelo Anthony in the beginning of the season when they thought he cleared out, and now Kevin Durant. And essentially, what the NBA is trying to do with all these ejections and their strict policy on the whistle, their quick whistle, is basically they're trying to legislate or officiate the emotion out of the game. What the NBA is trying to say is we want to protect our product. We don't want you guys using profanity. We don't want you guys berating our officials. And the officials are backing them because the officials are tired of it as well. A lot of times, if you watch games officiated, by high-profile players, they're always barking at the officials, letting the officials know that they don't know what they're doing. And the officials are saying, like, wait a minute. I've been trained for how many years? I have people watching me. I have people watching my games. After the officials officiate a game, right after the game, they have to go watch the game that they officiated. Some of the calls that the NBA and Secaucus, what they deem, hey, did you look at this correctly? Did you do this correctly? So the officials are under a lot of scrutiny. And the players as well, due to the climate of, with President Trump, you see how everything's going with the NFL, how the NFL took a huge hit. And the NBA is saying, we're protecting our product. We don't want you guys getting overly emotional, yelling at our officials. We want a smooth game. We want all smiles. Everything that the NBA does is basically portray an image of, NBA cares. That's one. When the whole thing would happen with Ron Artest in the field house, they made it so, players, you get into a fight, you're getting suspended multiple games, multiple seasons. The NBA has a rule about players can't get off the bench if there's a fight, or they're going to get suspended and get fined. So the NBA is trying to essentially present a clean-cut image of their players. They don't want an image like how the NFL, where a lot of guys, they killed people, murdered people, stuff like that. They don't want that image anywhere near them. That being said, they're like, we have a lot of money on the line, we have billions on the line, TV contracts on the line. You guys aren't going to act up. So they're basically trying to police the game through officiating and take out all the emotion. I mean, LeBron James, they said he did an air punch or whatever the case is. I've seen that plenty of times. Draymond Green actually got a technical the other day. He was walking to the bench. His back turned. He just said, whatever, gets teed up. It's just like they don't want the players doing anything or saying anything about anyone, any officials, anything. Even the coaches, when the coaches complain about an official, they don't agree with a call, they get fined. This is America. You don't have to always agree with something. You see what I'm saying? It's not like the coaches call the referees like you're a dumbass on the podium. They just say it in the game. You know what I'm saying? So like I disagree. If you say I disagree on the podium, that shouldn't come out to be a $25,000 fine. Mike Malone got ejected. Said he bumped the official. He grazed the official. Greg Popovich got tossed twice recently. So it's just like the NBA sending a message. Listen, we have a product here. It's very viable. It's very profitable. Do not mess this up. You're not going to be yelling. You're not going to be doing anything crazy. You're not going to be yelling. You're not going to be berating officials. You're not going to use profanity in front of our fans or whatever. And it's just like, this is a man's game. Things happen. You get emotional. You're going to have arguments. Kevin Durant, when he got ejected, all he said was, call that shit. Basically just call it. Gets tossed. And, eventually he says, F you. So this is going to be, the next collective bargaining agreement is going to be very interesting because you have issues with rest again. The NBA modified the schedule. They did a great job with that. But it's still going to come up. Then you have issues with the whole officiating, how the league is officiating these players. Like LeBron James is, he made great points. He's always attacking the basket. He's barely getting any calls. Part of that is due to the fact that he's getting older. His attack to the basket, he's kind of relying on bailouts, which he used to get all the time. But most of it also is officiating as well. You got to factor that in. LeBron James, he's a big guy. He's getting fouled every single time down the lane. So, when these guys that played the game for multiple years, if they have a qualm, you got to give them some kind of respect. Most of these guys, they're not rookies or whatever, so they know what they're talking about when they're getting hit. But the NBA, I disagree with how quickly they're tossing these guys. You're tossing guys. Sometimes they're tossing guys and the game's already decided. Like, what's the point of even going through the extra stress of that? And then you have to write your referee report. Like, the NBA, they're going to a level where it's almost like the NFL, when the NFL's protecting the shield. They're like, protect, the logo or whatever the case is. But this is too much. Quite frankly, this is too much. We shouldn't see people get tossed for normal plays in basketball or showing emotion. They have a right to be angry. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're not, calling you like racist names or cursing you straight out. If they're walking away, you shouldn't tee a guy up. You shouldn't toss a guy because he's yelling in the air. Call it. We'll see how things go further, man. I hope the next collective bargaining agreement, the referees and the players can really come to some kind of, the players union and the referee union, NBA can come to something where this is not so officiated, so tight. It's ridiculous. This is Vlad from Hoops Junction, where Hoops meets Hoopla. Like this video. Hit the thumbs up. Peace.